down in the shorts for all of our viewers in France as we step inside the Battle Arena French MMA Championship. Introducing first to the red corner, Siljie, Wahl. Her opponent in the blue corner, Fadimata, Amadou.
Steve Brinkman, we are here live, Battle Arena.
Bonjour et bienvenue to our fans in France. We are bringing you some of the best action from all across Europe today. Battle Arena 51. We've got Fadimata Amadou from LSA representing the French contingent. She's already entered the cage. Chris, are you ready?
I am so excited for this Battle Arena, full-on French Battle Arena card. You know, MMA is illegal in France, so a load of these up-and-coming, amazingly talented French MMA fighters have come all the way to the UK, to Edgbaston Stadium in Birmingham, to put on a night of sacre bleu French fighting action.
Oh, quelle heure, c'est surprise. Bonjour to our French fans, but we've got Siljie Wahl coming in from Salzburg Chi MMA. It's going to be an incredible night of action here with the French contingent. But as always, France, you got to go looking for a fight, don't you? It's got to be here on these British shores. Bring it on. Great show of respect from these ladies. This is a 57-kilogram flyweight bout. I can't wait for the fireworks.
I'm so excited to see the level of skill coming out of France. Not just skill of the French fighters, but female French fighters. It's even more niche.
Battle Arena presents three-minute rounds of amateur mixed martial arts in the 57-kilogram weight category. Introducing first, in the red corner, representing Salzburg Chain MMA, from Norway, Siljie, Wahl! Across the cage, in the blue corner, representing NSA from France, Fadimata, Amadou! Our referee in charge of the action, Mr. Paul Nichols.
Siljie in the blue corner, Fadimata in the red corner.
Sorry, we've got to switch that around. Fadimata's in the blue corner, and we've got Siljie Wahl in the red corner. They're coming out touch drugs.
Coming out with an immediate front kick. Oh, looking for the takedown straight away.
Good catch there from Fadimata. She breaks it in, pressing her opponent up against the fence, fires a knee up the middle. That's something that's so underrated in these French fighters, is their ability to use kicks and knees with that French savate style.
See, up against the cage, Steve, what should these guys be looking for?
Oh, I'm really a big fan of what Siljie is doing right now, because what she's got is those double underhooks, and you see that she ties it up for a body lock there and uses it to reverse the position. Anytime you can get double underhooks, take them, accept them. They're a gift from your opponent. Un présent for our French contingent.
See, Soji's got the better body position with those double underhooks, but she's struggling to deal with the power.
And again, both girls are negating head position here. Get the top of your head under the chin. Almost like you're trying to headbutt a football. Just get it right under the chin, and that's going to force your opponent to look away from their position that they should be holding. We see there's Siljie trying to get her head in, And Fatima is doing the same now, but they're both choosing to trade knees instead up the middle. As you see there, it can dislodge and destabilize your position.
Here at Battle Arena, we actually fight under the ISK amateur rule set. So you're allowed knees to the body, but you're not allowed knees to the head. So you have to be very careful with the placement of these knees. If they sneak high, they could be penalized for it.
Yeah, especially if there's any sort of intent with it or any damage that's done that can lead to a disqualification. So these fighters, especially these lady fighters who just come out throwing bombs, they have to be aware of what they're doing. Everything's measured here. So there's that professional element.
See, when you think of French martial arts, I always think of kind of savate, the beautiful leotard outfits, throwing some high kicks. They don't necessarily think about wrestling in this kind of cagecraft, but...
Big right hand. Big left hand.
Ooh.
I think about judo. I think about... Oh, and she gives her a look. A little bit of a smile there from Fadimata. Ooh. Lovely. Fadimata there doing well to maintain position.
Right.
Brings her... That hand on the head was able to prevent the takedown. Big winging right hand from Fadimata.
She's doing some damage. You can see some reddening of the face.
Oh, Siljie hits the mat. Siljie's really got to get something going here. You can see the confidence just draining out of her slowly. Fadimata's landing more. Big kick there lands. Still the first round. It's early days.
I'm so impressed with both these girls' cardio. It's very impressive. Neither of them looks particularly tired.
Fadimata seems to be the more crisp striker at the moment, whereas Siljie, she seems to be almost, you know, flopping around a little bit, almost like that drunken style. You see the hands come, the head comes forward, leans back.
Oh, but she went body and then high. That was quite a good combination from Siljie.
She did, just didn't sit down on that right hand. I would have liked to have seen that. If I was in her corner right now as we're coming towards these last 10 seconds, Siljie's corner's got to tell her to have some confidence in those hands, sit down on those punches, and get Fadimata backing up. Because you see again there, she has that range. She's got it all timed up. But Fadimata's coming in.
What a wonderful first round of action here at Battle Arena at 52. We're on now. Wow, it's getting along. 51. Edgbaston Stadium.
Edgbaston Stadium, Birmingham. We've brought them from all around. We've had Norway in here. We've got France presently, and these are two French fighters. This is going to be one incredible night of fights here. And what we've got is just page after page of fights coming up. And right now, not to overlook, but this first fight is really setting the standard, isn't it, Chris?
Well, me and you have talked about before on these Battle Arena shows how Battle Arena has become the biggest amateur mixed martial arts organization in Europe, and so many super high level fighters have come through and ended up on huge shows. And now with this event here at Edgbaston Stadium, we've taken this to another level. We've had a whole card of Norwegian fighters, now we've got a whole card of French fighters, and then even on the rest of the card we have a lot of international fighters on there as well as some homegrown British talent. So we're going to see some amazing fights this evening.
It's going to give you a flavor from all over Europe is what it's going to do. And we're going to see which country is going to rise to the top. Especially during a World Cup year, this is incredible. There we, oh, you see, Siljie's doing a little bit to fake out and try to get to the legs, but again, just not committing. There seems to be a bit, almost having trouble pulling the trigger she is. Whereas Fadimata is all confidence, so she's just steaming forward ahead.
Well, Siljie's doing really well. She turned the corner, holding Fadimata up against the cage now.
Got the single leg, and Fadimata is able to rip it free. I don't necessarily think she did the right kind of defense there, but Siljie just let it go almost out of timidness here.
Yeah, I'd say Siljie's just looked a little bit hesitant on those shots, just maybe showing a little bit of inexperience. But this is what Battle Arena is about. It's about bringing people up, gaining some experience, being in the cage. It's so different when you're doing the thing for real. So all of a sudden, that little bit of hesitation.
Look at the head position. Siljie's head position was excellent there, and then she's down on the legs. Can she attach her hands together and maybe suck that leg in? Chest pressure hard. I think Fadimata's, yeah, she's got a guillotine there that she's committed to, but it allows Siljie to pass. There, she's in half guard at the moment. Got a good, strong crossface.
See, in my opinion, as a jiu-jitsu instructor, I wouldn't be telling her to hold that head. I would say let go, fight the position, because you're in a weak position there, half guard bottom. It's quite easy to recover full guard or use it to get up, especially with the cage there. But you have to let go of that head and try something else.
Yeah, you're talking about Fadimata, and as must mention now, Chris Benson, black belt under Roger Gracie. He's giving you those quality tips. We should start charging for your seminar right now. But yes, Fadimata's holding on tight, and that it's stifling the movement for a moment, but it doesn't do much else. And now Siljie's on top. Fadimata, you have to say, has probably wrung out her arms a little bit, squeezing that guillotine.
That's the big danger of it. But look, a lockdown from the bottom. She's gone from me criticizing her jiu-jitsu, and it's a higher level move to look for that lockdown. What she's doing is tying up the leg there, and it makes it so difficult to try and get any passes. But you have to use it. You have to like whip up and try and scoot under the legs, or even use it to stretch them out so then you can let go of it and bring your knee in and make space.
She's doing very well to stretch it out at the moment. Would you like to see that move more side to side to try to get those hips off of her?
Yeah.
Oh, we've got to stop from Paul Nichols here.
Whenever you got that lockdown, you want to be on your side facing the person. Pretty much any half guard, we always want to be on the side facing the person.
I wonder if there's going to be time to watch the elbow. Pressing the elbow into the face is not illegal, but any sort of strike at all with that, so any distance in the dropping of that elbow in any way with intent is what Paul Nichols is looking for. And again, Siljie comes forward, but with
a little bit better that time. She used an angle on the exit.
The way I would describe her punches are almost like dough. It's like she's throwing dough at you, but there's a good double leg. She gets on the entry, but there you see her posture's broken on her back. She needs to step her hips in, scoop those legs up, and take Fadimata down, which she tries to do very well. She's got the leg,
so close,
but just loses it momentarily. Fadimata loves that guillotine.
Oh, sweep over the top. We need like a wrestler sit out or something from here. Oh, she's looking for maybe an anaconda choke.
You can see, oh, Fadimata's got those hands together. Does she?
Technically, those were that way around with your hands, but it becomes a dart, but she's let go of it now.
She's cross-facing
looking
hard,
for
she's
the
on
back,
the
but there's
back.
only 10 seconds left in the round.
Fadimata's done so well here, Chris, to maintain position there at the very end of the round and end showing these judges that she's going to be able to transition into bigger, better moves. What's the third round going to hold? What would you be saying to Siljie here?
I would be saying to Siljie that I think on the feet, in all honesty, she's losing the fight. She's had moments where she's landed shots where she's looked good. On the floor, she was actually on top position. She seemed to be able to control her. Fadimata was struggling to get back to her feet. So I would be asking her just to set up the takedown a little bit more. Throw some hands high and then shoot in underneath it. And I would want that quite early on the round so that we can try and guarantee that we're going to win this third and final round. And you know, there's a reality to being this kind of weight that it's hard to get knockouts. So in this third round, maybe I wouldn't always tell a lighter fighter to throw caution to the wind. I'd say this is how we're going to win the round decisively, and I would be asking her for a takedown.
So more of that positive reinforcement. Look for the takedown early, set it up well, turn the corner, establish top position, not let it go, and dominate the rest of the round.
Yeah, that's exactly what I asked from my fighter.
So wait for the cage door to be locked. Good show of respect there from these two fighters. Again, Fadimata looking much, much more confident. Stifling Siljie, throwing hands. Siljie's
got to shoot, that's it, but she's just too wild. She's got to set up that shot. That's it. If she threw that kick and then stepped in, or threw a big right and stepped in for the takedown.
It's definitely a mixed style there, throwing the kick and then stepping right through onto the legs. Siljie's got to do it, because at least in my books, Chris, she's down two rounds to none. Fadimata's done.
She did get takedown, she did get on top, yeah, but probably.
But at the end of that round, Fadimata taking the back. There's a kick, comes up the middle.
There's an issue when you're desperate for takedowns and you're too far away and you're reaching for those legs. It's just too easy to counter.
That's
better. That's much better. That was timing, dropping the knee.
Good. There you go.
Outside trip. Excellent work. Now we'll see if it's the same thing. Can she get up off of her back? We saw her stuck in the previous round.
It's interesting watching Fadimata's guard work here, because it almost looks like she's, there you go. She's being very active from even this half guard position, whether it was with the lockdown we saw in the second round.
Siljie's got to start doing some damage now. She's got to start raining down those punches.
This is something that's so difficult for people that have done jiu-jitsu before to establish, because all the passing comes from dropping that shoulder in and getting that high crossface, whereas in MMA, if you sit back a little bit on your heels, you have more striking range, and the person on bottom, Fadima in this case, has to come up towards you.
And we could always think of like Randy Couture. He used to like being in half guard. You know, he could do so much damage there. It was a great position to do ground and pound from.
And he would never get caught in your lockdown. You just sit right back, be able to smash those fists in. I want to see a little bit of that right now from Siljie, but she's always being threatened of being rolled here. She's
got, that's it, pressing the head back down to the mat. That's great control. Using her forehead on her head to control the position. Now she's looking for a pass.
Almost stepped over there. She just needs to bring the hand back and push the knee through.
What she needs to do is control the underhooks. So whenever we're in half guard, and from a straight jiu-jitsu perspective, it's underhooks. So right arm needs to be under that armpit, and then she'll be able to put some pressure and try and look for the pass.
She brought that right knee up as well, and now is trying to pin that left arm of Fatima, possibly raid down some punches. But really, we want to see Siljie be a little bit more active. Almost gets pushed off again, is able to maintain her balance. She bring that left hand back, maybe push the knee down and look for that pass again, maybe straight into mount. Maybe she's being a little bit active.
You've got to be active enough that the referee's not going to stand it up. I mean, even shots like that, they're not going to do any damage, really. It's more of a tickle, but it's enough that the referee can see you're trying and you're dominating the fight and controlling it.
Incredible. Even though the early strikes there from Fatima were landing, Siljie's done well to maintain top position here and really grind it out. Her head position on the ground has been quite good. As we come into these last 10 seconds, we're probably going to be looking at a referee or at a judge's decision.
This has been a bit of a striker versus grappler match. And like I was saying you between rounds, you said, what would you say to her from a corner? And I'd say, get the takedown and stay on top. And that's exactly what she did. That was very strategically good. And that was going to give her the best chance of winning this fight. It all comes down to how they scored round 2.
Exactly. How did they score round 2 and how did that round 3 factor in? Because it seems very, very telling that Siljie was able to maintain and control the position in that 3rd round. And now we just wait for the decision.
This is Battle Arena 51 at Edgbaston Stadium, brought to you by Viking Body Nutrition and Feel Supreme CBD oil.
We're also brought to you by Evolution Fightwear. What's the CBD oil we got?
It's Feel Supreme. They also sponsor a very, very good podcast I can recommend. And their CBD oil is the best CBD oil you can get. If you do any kind of martial arts training, I was such a skeptic. I always thought CBD oil is potheads. People use it as an excuse to want to smoke pot. And they said, look, it's not psychoactive. Just try it. And I went in there, and you know, like a placebo is when you expect it to work. I expected it to fail miserably. I tried their weakest dose, and it worked brilliantly. I slept the best I had, reduced inflammation.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the first of our French MMA Championship clashes, I have the judge's decision. It is a split decision. To the blue corner, Fadimata.